Welcome to the weekly challenge. In this challenge, I'm going to challenge you to upload files in ASP.NET Core Razor pages, and then to either save them or process them in memory. Now, if you're not familiar with the weekly challenge, let me explain. Each week, I challenge you to tackle a topic in C#. I give you all the materials you need to get started. Each challenge should take between 10 minutes and half an hour. That isn't a lot of time to dedicate to improving your C# skills, but I guarantee you, if you do the challenge each week, your skills will grow. Now, if you're interested in how I would do it, or if you get stuck, you can follow the link in the description to sign up for my solutions. The best part is you'll get all the back issues of the challenges as well. Either way, follow the other link in the description to get the challenge file associated with this challenge. Okay, so the goal of this challenge is to create an ASP.NET Core web application that has a page that accepts file uploads. Rename the file with the same extension, but use a GUID for the name. And the reason for that is because what if one person uploads text file 1.txt and another person uploads text file 1.txt? You'd overwrite one file with the other. If you rename the file with a GUID, that won't happen. Okay, so that's a little bit tricky bit right there. You upload the file, rename the file with a GUID, but keep the same extension. Okay, so if it's text file 1.txt, it should be that GUID.txt. Now save that file to a folder called Uploads. Okay, the Uploads folder doesn't exist right now, so you'll have to make sure that your code checks to see if that file exists and creates that folder if it's non-existent, and then puts the file in that folder. That's the primary challenge. So just upload a file and save it in a folder. The bonus challenge is probably a different page. That's what I did. But you could do the same page and comment out if you wanted to. I'd prefer to see you do a different page with a similar upload scheme. That way you have both to play with. So the second page is, instead of saving the file, parse it in memory as a CSV file to a list of model. Okay, so I'm going to give you a file, and this is what it looks like. Okay, it's really simple. It's just testdata.txt, and it has 3 rows and they're comma separated. So first name is here, last name, and email address. Now I'm not trying to trip you up, so I haven't put any wacky data in here, no extra commas, nothing like that. This is not about making sure you do all the error checking. So even here in the comments, it says don't worry about exception handling, meaning we're just making sure you know how to upload a file and parse it without saving it. This is just parsing it in memory, okay? And so that's the thing we're focusing on, not on the exception handling. Now I talk through in the solution video things like making sure that's the right file type with the extension, making sure that the content type is text, those types of things. You could do that, but that's beyond the scope of this challenge. This challenge says, you know what? Let's pretend for a minute that users don't make mistakes, that our CSV files are clean, and let's just see if you can take this text file that I gave you, upload it, and instead of saving the file, what I want you to do is create a model. And the model is something like person model. And it's going to have 3 properties: first name, last name, and email address. Can you take this file in memory and create a list of person model that has Tim, Corey, and my email address, and then Sue Storm and Robert Smith as well as 3 entries in that list of person model? Now, I don't want you to store that person model. You don't have to, at least. Just put it into a list, and then just put a breakpoint and make sure that your list is actually populated. Okay? Again, we're focusing just on the upload and parse. We're not focused in on what you would do in the real world situation. In the real world, you would take these entries and you would probably take the whole line and pass it down into your business logic, which would parse it, put it into a model, and then send it down to data access, where it would store that into a database of some type. We're not going that far with this challenge. Just make sure you can put it in a list. Put a breakpoint there, make sure a list has 3 entries in it, and make sure those 3 entries have the data they need. Okay? And then you have solved your bonus challenge as well. Okay, so that is the primary challenge and the bonus challenge. You got it? I hope so. Good luck and happy coding.